Good morning. Welcome to day 44, April 2nd. It's 8 o'clock. We got started about 7:45 this morning from Lost Mountain Shelter. Had a good night last night. According to Casio, the low was 54 degrees inside the tent. So, didn't even have to sleep with my Mountain Hardwear hat on. Just a t-shirt, boxer briefs, and socks, and inside my bag, and didn't have to have my bag zipped up. So I believe that's the warmest night we've had so far. Someone had mentioned it was going to rain during the night, but we got no rain. Had a few gusts of wind, but no big deal. Just stirred up the leaves a little, enough to make you think there was somebody walking around outside your tent from time to time. A couple of section hikers, well, one short section hiker, one long section hiker at the shelter last night. Sat around the picnic table, talked with them for a few hours while we fixed dinner. And one of them was a through hiker from 2007. So enjoyed talking to him. I had my 7 ounces of chicken in the packet to go with my north side, just so I could go ahead and not have to carry that 7 ounces anymore. And I ate all that. I was actually hungry right before I woke up this morning. So just yet another indication that my hiker hunger is starting to kick in. But I don't know what else I could have eaten last night to prevent that, because I had an entire north side and that big packet of chicken. And I don't want to keep any food in the tent with me. So it was nice not to pack up a wet tent. Tent was completely dry inside. As you know, I have a single wall tent. Usually have to deal with condensation, but there's no condensation in there overnight or this morning. Today we are going to go up and over White Top and past Mount Rogers. You have to take a side trail to Mount Rogers, and when you get up there, it's a little anticlimactic because there's no view. It's completely wooded. So basically you're just going up there to say that you've been to the highest point in Virginia. And since I've already been there more than once, I don't need to do that today to say that I've done it. So we'll blow past that and head on over to Grayson Highlands and see the ponies. And we'll have to get out of Grayson Highlands because you can't camp in there, which is no big deal because the trail is at the northern end of the park and it's not that hard to hike out of it. So I'm hoping we'll make it to Wise Mountain Shelter today, which not really sure the mileage, just upper teens or maybe 20. But got an early start, good conditions. Should be able to do it. Alright, I am going to stop this segment probably till we get to White Top. So hope everybody's doing well. This is Reboot, heading north. We are almost to the top of White Top. And this wind is cold. I've had to put my rain parker on as a windbreak. That is White Top. We're still going up White Top. That cold wind brought in some rain. And this is the road that you can take off 58, and you can drive right to the top of White Top. Right up there. But we're going to walk today via the AT. Okay, 556 alumni, this is Elk Garden. How many times did the troop come up here and park right here and head out toward Mount Rogers? I distinctly remember a winter trip where we came up here and we about got blown away before we made it across this bald. Four and a half to Mount Rogers summit. Well, I just passed the turnoff for the Mount Rogers summit side trail. And this was what it looks like today. Heading toward Thomas Knob Shelter. Oh, look at that muck. Ugh. This is Thomas Knob Shelter. I'm going to have lunch here. It's a very well used shelter because it's only about 3.5 miles from the parking lot for Grayson Highlands State Park. I came up here last summer and it was pretty packed, and all the campsites around here were packed. It's got a loft up in the top, and it was built in the early 90s, I think. The only solo trip I've taken on the Appalachian Trail, I stayed here one night by myself. Ponies! Getting ready to enter Grayson Highlands State Park. And there's no camping in here, so we've got to go to the other side. But it's not that far. Nice view from here. We just passed Fat Man Squeeze. I didn't film that. If you want to see it, you can look at Ringo's video, but it's significant because that's the 500-mile mark. So yet another milestone. This is Wise Mountain Shelter. Looks pretty new. It's 4:45, so I don't know what we're going to do. One more time, 556 alumni. This is Old Orchard Shelter. We stayed here many times, and we used to camp with our tents down at that flat area right there. Put the whole troop down there. Sleeping in those old tube tents, which is 2 sheets of plastic for those of you that don't know what a tube tent is. So. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for day 44. And it's all good in the woods.